Okay, in this chapter we're going to send an email using an external URL, or in other words, an external website address. Now to do this we need to go up to Create and Send Mail, which is the third option in the top nav bar. And then from the main Create and Send Mail main menu, we're going to click Create using Web Page URL. Now again, like all other emails that you send, you need firstly to select your campaign at step 1 to decide whether you actually want to assign this email to a campaign group or just disassociate it. For the purpose of this demo, I think we're going to disassociate this one, and we're just going to say save and continue. Okay, so on the email content window we've only got two options. We've got a mail subject and we've got an HTML URL. So what we're going to call this is, we're going to call this external email test. And then within our HTML URL we're going to paste the URL. Now what I've got is already a prepared URL, an external URL, which is a standard MediaMailer template. And we're going to copy that and then paste that within this field here. Now once we're ready, we then need to press the Get Web Page button, which will then generate and show the web page that we're trying to grab. So let's see what happens. And there you go. It is loaded that directly from the internet. So you could send anything you wanted actually. I mean, obviously within reason you can't send a website, you can't send a web page, but what you can do is host your own email templates on an external server on the World Wide Web and send them from there. But just to show you for the purpose of this demonstration, I can actually load up, say, google.com and actually show it within there. But this is a good example. It shows that the images won't display because of Google are using absolute links. So the best thing to do is obviously make sure that you just send your own code. Don't start sending website pages to people. But it just shows the flexibility of the software. Okay, so that's all done. And likewise now we've also got some plain text content which is also being generated for us, which is quite useful. If you need to tidy it up you can do so, but for the purpose of the demonstration we're just going to click Save and Continue. Okay, so this is step 3. This is the penultimate step just before we send our email. Now again it's asking us if we want to send ourselves a preview, and like in other ways of sending emails you can send a preview to up to 2 email addresses. We're going to skip this because we've seen what our email already looks like. Okay, so the last step, we need to select our recipients. Again, if you haven't set a list up to do this, then you need to make sure you get a list set up with all your email addresses within before you go. If you haven't got a list set up, you need to go back to the beginning and start again. We've got a list set up, we've called it demo list, and we're going to add that to our selected list group, and then we're going to send the email. Okay, so that's off and away, and as you can see the number is now going to count down, and within a couple of seconds you'll see it's finished, and there you go, it's done. So that email has now been finished and we're ready to review the reports.